All right, last video here, I hope. Hopefully Mr. Wakefield doesn't get too long-winded. So we finished up with evaluate the solution. There is only one step left, and that would be, hey, you got to ask the question again. Does the solution solve the problem? If not, the designer must return to a previous step of the design process. Here we go again. Maybe we go all the way back, or hopefully we're at that point where we can answer yes, and you present the solution. Now, what does that mean? Who are you presenting it to? It depends, right? Last year, you presented your CO2 car to Mr. Wakefield. You may be presenting a design idea to your boss, or maybe you are an independent designer. You work for yourself and you manufacture things and you want to sell this. You think you have a really good solution to something. Maybe you have a solution, maybe you have a cure for COVID-19. Who do you think you're going to present that to? So you may be presenting to your boss. You might be presenting to a panel of people that you want to sell this to. So you got to work up this really sweet presentation, right? So what do you do when you present? You document the project. You may be going to the US Patent Office to get a patent on your design so someone else can't use it, can't steal it from you. They look at a whole lot of things, and they want to make sure you can prove that you are actually the designer and the creator, the inventor of this thing. And so they will look at like your you should have documented all the way along the whole process. Everything should be written down in an engineering notebook, bunch of pictures taken, maybe different computer files. They will look at engineering notebooks to make sure this is actually your work. So it's got to all be documented. Otherwise, you're not going to get credit for it. And how do we do that when we document the project? You make a project portfolio. So with all your stuff in it, including your engineering notebooks. So right here where it says present solution, in here you would write what? You would write document the project. Then in here, down here under present solution, what do we write? Project portfolio. Now we're not done. We got a couple more things to write, one more thing to write in each box. Then you need to communicate the project. You've documented it. You have all the documentation. You've got your pictures. You've got your engineering notebook. You got your computer files. You got your prototypes. Got everything. Now you need to communicate it. Okay? Maybe you put on your suit and tie and you got this great presentation worked out. You maybe have a slideshow. You have people come in so they can look at these prototypes, and you're going to present this thing. Okay? So you communicate the project to whoever it might be that you need to communicate it with. How do you do that? You do that in a formal presentation. So on the left side, you're going to say communicate the project. On the right side, formal presentation. Okay? So now you have the design process down, and it is what we call iterative. And that first paragraph that I had you read, the introduction, it said the design process is never ending. That's what this word means. It's never ending. Hence all the arrows that went up. You may be going back many, many times to different steps in the design process. Okay, so this, okay, product improvement, a design process includes product improvement or redesign. It'll require the designer to repeat the design process. So look, they add that in there. Product innovation happens all the time, right? If our products aren't innovated, they probably become obsolete and they're not used any longer. So that is part of the design process too. So this gets you through the first part of your packet. So you should be filled out through that grid on the second page. And on my next video, I'm going to explain to you what you are going to do on the rest of this packet.